Okay. Okay. Ready? Okay. Okay. This is unedited, obviously, and I know it's not really the way to write, what writers do, but it's probably the best way for me to explore this stuff. So here goes. Tristan used to laugh and say that if I had a glass of nice Merceau at all times, I would be entirely manageable. As it was, with mostly domestic wine at the ready, I was less so. I had my faults as a wife, as a daughter, as a person. I've never been as cheerful as people think. Underneath the cheerful is some other color, like plum. Maybe Tristan deserved better. Maybe he felt deceived on some level. But we were together over 2 decades and had a great West Side apartment that we owned, an incredibly intuitive dog, 2 sets of supportive enough parents that they staked us to the great West Side apartment, and close friends and family who loved our cooking. So, smiley face. I'm going to flip back in time here to a Thanksgiving in 1982 when the playing field was relatively calm. Tristan seemed to be getting enough work at that time in the rarefied field of acoustics. I was writing a lot of freelance articles. Tristan's friend Newfield was busy building Newfield, and Tristan's artist aunt Solange was newly famous.
Mon Dieu, look at those victuals.
Say, my God, if you're not even vaguely French.
Vaguely French. He read Charlemagne in prep school.
I gave you guys some of everything.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
A puree of parsnips. Solange just said she'd rather you not speak bad French.
You didn't hear her. You were in the kitchen. She never said bad. She said that he wasn't French.
Well, he's not. Change of starting to be weird subject. Aside from wine, does anyone want sparkling water or cider?
I'd like a nice rosé.
Oh, there he goes again.
International brand.
It's not a brand, it's a grape.
Do you have any clam juice, Lucy?
We have no clam juice, and we have no rosé. We do have a nice Chardonnay and a rather good Merlot. These are our house wines this evening. I just wanted to know about the sparkling water or cider.
No, merci.
Huh. He can get away with it? No thanks.
They're red in a large water glass.
Of course. Anyone else have needs for anything?
Why, Miss Lucy, that is certainly a generous question.
To the kitchen, Miss Lucy.
I read a piece about you, Solange, that you are actually doing an ad for The Gap.
Why not?
Why not, indeed?
Oh, wouldn't you if they asked you?
Depends on what he'd be wearing. He doesn't want anyone to see his punch.
Hey, Slim, you have to punch.
Actually, Tristan is quite slim.
No, I can see him through his pants. He is not. It is the gin. You should switch to vodka.
Nobody's fat and nobody's switching their favorite vice. What's your vice, Solange?
It's a trap. Don't answer.
You think I'm going to say 30-foot spiders?
I did. Honestly. It's not?
Pokemon. Unexpurgated Pokemon.
Wow. Really?
Why not?
But why, Solange? It's a child's passion.
She's an artist.
Well, and therefore she's a child. Come on, Luce.
Yes, do come on, Lucy.
Honestly, Lucy, an awfully simplistic equation. If a great artist like Pokemon, we've really got to give Pokemon another look.
Fine. Anyone want pie? I'll turn on the oven if anyone wants warm pie.
Lucy wants to stick our heads in the oven instead of the pie.
I still want to hear about the new depths of Pokemon.
First orders for pie: apple, peach, cherry.
Got any blueberry?
Into the oven with you.
Lucy, I would like peach.
Un cor un pêche.
You know, you're getting on everyone's nerves. No, really, you are one of those people who think intimidation is endearing.
Oh, my specialty. Lucy, come on. I'll help you with the dessert.
Not necessary. Tristan will do it. You stay and keep Solange company.
Oh.
Where's the dog?
With you. Didn't you just walk her?
No, I was going to. I can't find her.
Under the bed.
I looked.
She goes deeper and then she puts her head down low and then you can't see her unless you get down on all fours, which is what she really wants you to do.
Freak.
She's a puppy and you are not. Remember, just don't reach your hand in for her. She needs to see your face.
She would never bite me.
She's not evolved yet.
What, you think she'd bite me?
If she can't see your handsome and caring face, I think she'd bite your hand or wrist or arm.
Not hard.
She could break the skin and then you'd need a disinfectant. Get down and let her see your face.
Why are you always so sure?
I'm
In the beginning, why are you always so sure right off the bat?
instinct.
Fools rush in. I'm just going to call her and command that she come out from under the bed.
That will frighten her. Why would you want to do that?
I'm a brute.
We agreed when we got her that we would work with her. We knew she came from a lot of trouble. We agreed not to give her any more. Now, please, just get down and beg her to come out.
I don't want to make too much of this so that you call Dr. Bloom, but I am not begging the dog.
But I'm begging you.
See?
Tristan!
God, you're pretty when you beg.
You shouldn't have gotten the dog if you're not going to cooperate.
Oh, are we going to go into the shouldn't haves? Because I got my own list.
Will you just look at my middle finger? It's up in the air. Oh, well, we always shoved it under the rug in the end. Poor bulging rug. Dog under the bed. Us under the rug. Poor us. Who knew? No one. Including us. We were the camouflage couple, could have taught a course in it. Solange always detected the mutton stain underneath our lamb's clothing. She was like an X-ray machine, spotting the as yet immature decay. And in a way, she brought it on.
Don't! God. I'm sorry. It's just I know how to dress myself.
You're just smooth your hair. Your beau cheveux.
My beautiful horse.
No, hair.
You said horse.
Well, I didn't mean it. You know, the two are so similar. It's stupid.
Not the French horse lovers.
I hate it when you do this, when you correct me like a schoolmarm.
Isn't that what flirting is?
Not like a schoolmarm.
She did ask you first, you know. I don't see why you didn't want to go.
Because she makes me twitch.
That's what she does. She makes everyone twitch. I think you should go. It's a unique opportunity.
Okay. If I go, will you get the dog out from under the bed?
Oh.
Will you go down on your knees, talk softly to her, reach in and excavate her, please? The dog didn't come out, and Tristan and the dog didn't bond. And I didn't go to Solange's foundry. Tristan did. If only I'd gone. I always think that she and I started badly way back in the beginning. And if we hadn't, if I'd been less confrontational, then maybe I would have won her over and I would have been the one to go and the sculpture would have been mine. I mean, in retrospect, I don't think I was really so confrontational that first time. Just clumsy. So clumsy.
Thank you for the food, Lucy.
Oh, I hope you liked everything. I mean, I just brought you out what I thought you'd like, a little bit of everything, except the chestnut stuffing, which we were out of.
Then why do you mention it?
Oh, I don't know. Sorry. I guess it was just that it was good and I would have wanted you to have some next year.
It's a long time away.
Well, it's something to look forward to.
Yeah, we'll see. Are those pies over there?
Yes, we're just beginning to put out the desserts. I'll be getting whatever you want. We're not on yet. We're not out of those yet.
Good.
I just want to say how much I admire your work.
Pecan.
Oh, pie. Sure. Tristan, could you bring a piece of pecan pie with a scoop of vanilla to Solange, please?
Perhaps you have another flavor?
Oh, chocolate, although chocolate's not really very good on pecan.
I want that.
Tristan, not vanilla for Solange. Make it chocolate. He'll get it.
Very lively.
Oh, hostess stuff, you know. Listen, while I have you, I just want to say how proud we all are of you.
You speak for the family?
Well, I'm certainly not the official spokesman. I mean, spokesperson, and I know that I'm relatively new to.
Yeah. You are Tristan's third wife. He has tried this before.
Right. Well, let's hope this time it sticks. But what I wanted to say is that it must be so wonderful to find yourself a celebrity at this time in your life. I mean, what does it feel like?
To myself, I have always been famous.
That was the most iconic statement ever. To myself, I have always been famous. I mean, that is true. Wow. I had nothing to say after that. I just gave her the pie. She was a great eater, just chomped away, tiny little thing. I don't know, full of secrets, full of tricky stuff, magic, dark magic.
It wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad.
Tell me everything. I missed you. Was she nice to you?
You can say that.
Why? No, start from the beginning. Start from when she opened the door.
You're being a little daffy. Her foundry isn't haunted.
Well, sure it is. It must be full of ghosts. They're her creative helpers. Maman et pas et joli filet pour papa. Her ghosts, her fuel. No?
Okay, do you want to write your own script, or do you want me to tell you what really happened?
What really happened?
So relax, it's a long story.
Mhm. I'm excited and kind of nervous. Okay. I'm ready. Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, this morning, I brushed a tooth, combed a lick of hair, had a mug of strong black tea, and a Thomas's English muffin with marmalade. Called the car, walked the pooch, kissed the sleeping wife, went outside to the waiting car, got in, exchanged a few pleasantries with the driver, and rode downtown to Chelsea to pick up Solange.
Was she waiting for you?
Solange does not wait for anyone.
You mean she left?
Yep, vamoosed on me.
What? I mean, how spectacularly rude. Well, look who we're dealing with.
Okay, come on. The story's just beginning.
You're not usually tolerant. Why are you tolerant?
Just hear the story, please. No histrionics. She didn't mean to stand me up. She just forgot. She's in her 80s.
That's ageism.
Look, she forgot. Let's forgive her for now. She got up, got dressed, and went to the foundry like she does every morning, blame Pavlov. So when I knew she wasn't there, I guessed the foundry and gave the driver new directions.
Did she at least say she was sorry?
Well, she was surprised. Surprised that she'd forgotten, surprised that I showed up. Who knows?
Did she at least offer to pay for the car?
Lucy,
Tristan, I mean, you know where we are. I mean, we can't afford cars going into the wilds of Brooklyn.
we would have taken the car anyway, so your point is moot.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so she started to bustle around, which indicates that she felt somewhat embarrassed. Then she asked me if I wanted a glass of clam juice. Don't say anything. We know that peculiar is the norm with her. It's actually not bad. I got it down. And then we chatted a bit.
What?
This and that.
What do you love about Lucy?
That's a broad spectrum question.
You hesitate.
No, not at all.
Oh, then what?
Everything. I love everything about Lucy.
Ah, that's ridiculous. You love nothing about Lucy.
This and that, small talk.
She never does small talk. She does murder talk.
Sometimes.
But with you, she was a sweet old lady, right?
Well, she was relatively benign.
She is noir, Lucy.
Comment?
As in cool. She has a black heart.
No, she's really lovely. You just don't know her.
She is silly.
Now, wait a second. She has a black heart and she's silly?
We all have black hearts and we are all silly. She is human and tries not to be.
Sorry, I'm not following you.
That's because you are too human and therefore lost.
That makes sense.
Are you hungry?
I could eat. How about you?
Always. Let's eat Lucy.
You better watch those metaphors, Solange.
So she was nice to you?
Define nice.
I don't know. She gave you a sculpture.
Bullseye.
Bullshit.
No, she gave me a sculpture.
She gave you a sculpture?
Give me a sculpture.
She gave you a sculpture.
Give me a sculpture.
Shut up! I'm going to bed. I don't know why you're doing this.
Obviously to torture you.
Tristan!
Lucy!
Where is it?
It's in the hall.
In the hall?
Do you need a device or something?
He would snap me one like that, thinking he was being playfully snide when I thought it was just mean. But then I am thin-skinned. All he had to do was take his little pinky and touch and ouch, shit, ouch! At any rate, the sculpture was in the hall, just as he said. The dog was sniffing around it. Obviously, it had caused enough excitement for her to emerge from under the bed. It was a large sculpture, visible, standing up in a jumbo Gap shopping bag. It was unwrapped. It had just been plopped. The dog was panting. I think she caught the thrill of the moment as I was preparing to lift the sculpture out. It wasn't overly heavy. Well, it was as heavy as if I'd lifted the dog, probably about 20 pounds. Lustrous, pale marble, unveined, pure as a vanilla Carvel, 3 oblong entities conjoined. Knowing her work, one might interpret them as 3 adolescent penises. There was something sweet and untried about them. And then at the base, there were thick pencil mark slashes. What would Nancy Drew say? Unfinished. The sculpture is unfinished, Ned. Something must have happened. But what?
This is just something.
Who knows? It is not finished. Oh, you seem to like it.
Yes, yes. May I?
Why not? It's erotic.
Yes.
It's not Lucy.
Okay, you gotta stop ragging on Lucy.
Oh, she can't hear it.
What is it about her? You don't even know her.
I don't have to know her to know her nature.
Well, that's just voodoo. You don't know her. You haven't spent time with her. You haven't read anything she's written. You haven't talked with her parents or her friends. You don't know the first thing about her.
I'm glad you like this sculpture, Tristan.
Yes, I I like the sculpture, Solange. I like it very much.
Then I will give it to you.
It's not finished.
It is if I say it is. I want you to have it. It's yours.
Why are you doing this?
No, why not?
I'm stunned. I mean, I'm overwhelmed.
You're speechless. I put it in a bag.
The meaning of pencil marks, heavy pencil marks on white marble. I know you can hear me a little, but why not take those fucking things off so you can hear me a lot? You know, I feel this is not a total gift. Something's funny here. The sculpture is clearly unfinished. What serious artist gives away any unfinished work? It doesn't make sense, Tristan. Her work is too valuable. She certainly knows her worth. I mean, God, Tristan, please take the earphones off. Tristan, please take the earphones off. It doesn't hurt. Would you like something to drink?
Hmm,
A nice G&T.
I would.
And then we'll talk about it.
We're here to talk.
About the sculpture.
Lucy, you've done a good job of calming us down. Don't spoil it. And don't forget the lime.
We've been together for over 10 years. When have I ever given you lemon?
You always give me a squirt of lemon. Know thyself.
Carson McCullers wrote in The Ballad of the Sad Cafe that in every relationship there is a lover and a loved one. The lover feels pain and the loved one loves it. This has always struck me as a wonderfully twisted phrase. I think that what she meant was that it fluctuates. The window is always either half open or half shut, depending on the perception of each of the couple and where the relationship stands at any given moment. I had learned religiously to always put lime in Tristan's gin and tonics. I never slipped up. And yet, over the years, I changed and sometimes became sharp, spritzing figurative lemon, I suppose. I suppose that's what he meant. So I brought our drinks and then we talked. And then, oh, just a parenthetical note. Tristan often took a lot of mood elevating pills, complex cocktails made of Zoloft, Prozac, Wellbutrin, Klonopin, Paxil, lithium, a pinch of this, a jigger of that. And on this particular evening, the combo of pills and booze was less than tame.
You know what you are. You're a cunt.
Okay, that's it. I don't deserve this.
I don't deserve this.
Stop. Rewind. All I did was ask about why she gave you an unfinished sculpture and you freak and become abusive.
What you're implying, okay? You see, you don't take responsibility, Lucy, for what you're implying.
What am I implying?
You know full well.
What?
That I stole the sculpture.
No.
See, that's what you were implying, and you know that. Otherwise, you would have said, what?
What?
Too late.
No. What? Wait, what is this? What are you doing?
Wrapping you into an intermittence.
Oh, please.
Please.
Stop now.
Stop now.
God,
God.
really are messed up.
You really are messed up, too.
We are.
We are?
Right now.
Only right now? I didn't take it, I swear. Okay, she gave it to me. I wanted it. That I did. I told her I thought it was gorgeous, and she just up and plopped it into the shopping bag. Why in heaven would you think that I stole it?
It's just strange that she was still working on it and she gave it to you because you liked it.
Well, ever hear impulse?
Yes.
Yes, and doing things for family that you wouldn't do for just anyone?
Yes.
So?
I just think it's strange. The pencil mark's still on it. It's a strange thing for her to do.
She is strange.
But shrewd. But she knows how famous she is to just let a piece go like that.
Stop this. You're accusing your husband of theft. This isn't good.
It's just suspicious. I never said or even implied that you stole it. You said that. You thought that I thought that. What does that say about you?
You know, I'm beginning to hate this sculpture.
Well, it's ours now. And it's very beautiful. And we're going to love it and honor it, okay?
Well, we'll see. So, where should we put it?
On a pedestal to worship. Hello, gorgeous.
What? Oh, Fuji apple. Sorry, I didn't have lunch. Yeah, I'm interested, marginally. Well, more intrigued actually than interested. Oh, I've done some heavy purchasing lately, and I'm kind of slapping my wrist right now, if you know what I mean. Oh, why don't you try some other avenues? And then if nothing pans out, let me know. Yeah. No, you know I'd like to help out if I can. Hey, how's Lucy? Great. Really? Great. Well, good for her. That's great. Give her my best. And listen, old buddy, if you come to the end of a certain kind of rope, give me a holler, huh? Okay.
My inclination was to leave this part out, but my editor thought it was worth keeping in, so I guess it doesn't matter anymore, seeing that. Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. David Newfield had strong feelings when I married Tristan, and I had strong feelings about David Newfield. From the moment we met, we had instant antipathy. It was at a brunch. Newfield was with a model type girl who was draped around him. They both wore horn-rimmed glasses. They seemed quintessentially affected, and they seemed to go out of their way to ignore me. I mean, there were only 6 of us at the table. Everyone knew each other but me. I was Tristan's. I was more than a girlfriend because he had made it known to a family and friends that I was to be his next wife. It would seem that gave me some status, but not by Newfield and Co. I simply didn't exist. And when I mentioned it later to Tristan, he looked removed and sad, as if there was clearly nothing to be done because he and Newfield had the kind of friendship that anybody would wish for. Hail, fellow, well met. Collegial, familial, fraternal, rah, rah, rah. So I tried. Perky was the best I could manage. Hey, Newfield, how's it going? Great. See ya. 22 years of that. They also have this weird ritual. I call them the Fellini fuckheads when they go into it. It started when they went into the Brattle Street Revival House while they were at Harvard. They got drunk on Fellini, De Sica, and Antonioni films, especially those earthy actresses. So all of a sudden, they'll just wax rhapsodic on their names. It's goofy, but not appealingly so. Oh, also, I guess this is important. Newfield was rich. And not nouveau rich, not independently wealthy. Newfield had blue blood money and holdings. I love that. Holdings. He had land and stocks and art. Newfield was also international. He was virtually unbeatable. He was also cheap, never picking up a tab anywhere. And that had a funny, perverse way of making Tristan feel flush, which was hardly the case.
So, about this sculpture.
I'm loving it. You know I'm loving it. Plus the fact that it's collateral. It's the best collateral we have, aside from the apartment, which is our home. I mean, we're not going to move out of here, at least not for a long time.
Well, I think it's a subject that it should be open for discussion, Lucy.
Okay, Tristan. Okay, what's up?
We need to sell the sculpture.
Again.
Things are rocky. We need to sell it.
What?
Why do you always say what? You heard me.
I didn't hear you well. defensive wax in my ears. Tell me again what you just told me.
What I said was that we're a little strapped right now and that we need to sell the sculpture.
How can we be strapped? We have about $500,000 in the Smith Barney account.
Past tense.
Tristan, what have you done?
See, I need you not to go off on me.
You need me to behave? What have you done to us, Tristan?
That can't be salvaged.
Tristan, where's our money? That's our money.
Yes, well, as in the immortal words of Dorothy Parker, never put all your eggs in one bastard.
Don't you dare be droll now. That is fucking not funny. Where is our money?
Took a little stroll. It will be back. I would like to try to explain to you what has happened, but as you usually fly off the handle and make everything all my fault, I'm going to walk the dog now and give you some time to calm down. And when I come back, we'll talk about it like reasonable adults.
The dog won't go out with you. The dog hates you.
Dogs not distinguish between love and hate.
We're wiped out, right? You cleaned us out.
Hyperbole, thy name is Lucy. Our expenses exceed our income. Because you were an East Side Dalton girl, you keep whacking those ruby slippers together. New York has changed. Money has changed. We have changed. You seem intent on being resistant to that fact.
How much is gone?
Enough so that it would be prudent to sell the sculpture.
Oh my God. This giveth and taketh away thing is really true. In one day, we get a sculpture from a world famous artist, and suddenly we have no money in one day.
Oh, it's been happening over a period of time. It's not like a stock market wipeout.
That's your period of time? It's my one day. Why didn't I have a clue about any of this?
Because I didn't want you to. It was easier to be alone with it. The devil you know kind of thing.
And I'm the devil you don't know? Jesus, Trist. You're the gift that keeps on hurting.
That's an awful thing to say. Ouch!
Grow some new skin and I'll do the same. We're both much too sensitive for each other right now.
Oh yeah, was it time for you to move out again?
No. But I think we should have a day of silence.
We can schedule that next week, but right now, it's important for you to know that I'm going to sell the sculpture to the right buyer and restore peace to our village.
The sculpture's not even signed.
Obviously, you don't trust me enough to be able to sell the sculpture at a decent price.
That's why she gave it to you. It wasn't a kindness. It was a cruelty. It was sadistic from family lore. She knows a little about you and your tendencies towards excess.
Watch it.
It's too late to watch it. We're in a mess, right? We need something to sell. And she gave us a lemon.
You're misinterpreting this. She gave me a gift. And besides, it's mine and mine to sell.
And what about our money? It looks like you spent my share. God, Tristan, mine, yours. We're married. Everything is ours. The sculpture is ours. And I love it. And I don't want to sell it. And I certainly don't want to sell it for below its value. And if we're in a mess, you should have told me before.
Oh, what? So you could whip off a bestseller over the weekend? This has been going on for some time, Luce. But whenever I've tried to tell you, you've been tired or headachy or behind on a deadline or tipsy or something.
I don't get tipsy.
You do when you're trying to match me. We're off point now. The point is that I borrowed some of our money to ostensibly make money. It's like seed money, and I am guardedly hopeful that there will be a payoff. In the meantime, we're stretched.
How stretched?
You want to figure?
No. Okay. Here's what we have to do. We have to take this sculpture back to Solange and have her sign it.
You must be delusional. We can't do that. She won't do that.
We can try. I bet she'll be flattered.
She's too shrewd for flattery. She'll know why we need the signature.
For provenance. That's what we'll tell her. For provenance. It will make her feel like a great artist.
She is a great artist, and she's a difficult woman who had one sweet moment where she gave me something. I would ruin that by asking for more.
Don't go soft on me. We need to do this. You got us into this and you will help us get out of it.
To be discussed later. I have to go to work. Hang a lavalier around Sophia Loren's neck. Sounds more ritzy than what they pay me, I know. Would you mind walking the dog?
Sure. The dog would rather anyway. The dog doesn't hate me.
The dog doesn't hate me either. You do.
Yep. Right now? Yep.
So what do you want me to do about it? Kill myself?
Don't be ridiculous. That never solves anything. We'll talk about the sculpture when you get home. I'll wait. Regards to Sophia. I keep going back to that Carson McCullers phrase. In every relationship, there is a lover and a loved one. The lover feels pain and the loved one loves it. I think Tristan and I were both of them at once, tangling each other up. You know how wives and husbands combine their last names? Well, we were the lion gladiators. We were the fierce woundeds. We were the walking deads. Tristan didn't get home until 3 in the morning.
She ran way late. Lots of overtime. Goody for us, right?
Yeah, goody. Are you hungry?
No, the caterers worked overtime as well. It's plenty to nosh.
You never used the word nosh. That's a Newfield word.
Could be, could be. I've never noticed.
You must be tired. Are you tired?
Yes and no.
How was Sophia? Was she gorgeous?
I didn't really notice.
How could you not notice? You hung a mic around her neck. You were inches away from her face.
I'm concentrating what I was doing, okay? She sounded great.
Well, did she look older?
Lucy, she was Sophia Loren. She looked like Sophia Loren. She was tan.
Oh, tan. That can be aging. Can we talk now? I'd like to pick up where we left off.
I don't think so.
Because you're too tired, right?
Probably.
Okay. Makes sense. 3 in the morning. Was the last thing you ate kind of breakfasty, you know, the way they do on planes or what?
I don't remember.
He didn't remember because he wasn't on the shoot until 3 in the morning. He went to visit David Newfield, a traitor's act in our marriage.
Look, man, you don't have to show me. I believe you.
Don't you want to see it?
What difference does it make? If I'm going to do you a favor, it won't matter if I like it or not. You want some port, weed, Tootsie Pop, Sara Lee?
I gotta get home to Lucy.
Ah, the fair Lucy. How is she?
Beautiful when she's mad, which is all the time now.
Lucky you. Lucky me that I can help you save your marriage. And look, I'm pleased to do it. At least I can help with somebody else's, if not my own, right?
Yeah, I like Kayla.
Ah, Kayla. The fair Kayla. She's taken up residency in the Newport house now with her mother, her stepfather, his mother, and her caregiver. They are squatting. What can I do?
What is it with you, Newfield? You have just contempt for everybody, and yet you're such a good guy.
When I was a little bitty baby, my mama don't throw me in the cradle. Fair. Yeah, right. Such a good guy. Things haven't been the same since I was in the womb. Sure you don't want some weed or crumb cake or something?
I really have to get home, so if we could just...
Geschäft?
What's that?
German for business?
Yeah, if we could just Geschäft now, it would be a mitzvah.
I know. No, don't tell me. Shit, tell me.
It means a blessing. It's always a good thing. No double meaning. It's a hallelujah.
All right. Praise be, you erudite wonder. You know,
Not the wolves.
yeah, the wolves. Can I help being raised by them? All I know,
Howl at the moon.
the great La Luna,
Greta Lollobrigida.
the great Magnini,
The Greta Massina.
the great Viti.
Greta Cardinale.
Oh, love that Claudia. uh, okay, so what do you think it's worth?
Enough. In today's market, probably a lot. The work's very hot right now.
And what if I don't like it?
You said it didn't matter.
Well, I'm not big a fan of hindsight, so I'm having a second thought.
It's an investment.
Well, that's not a way to buy art, man. It's an libido thing. It's a big important attraction. That's the girl I'm gonna marry. It's not I'll buy her a lobster roll and we'll screw in the dunes. Oh, to hell with it. I'll buy the thing. I'll give you 40.
That's not very courtly of you. You should take a look at her decimal points.
A favor's a favor.
60,
42.
8.
No, I changed my mind. 35. That's what this enterprise is worth to me. I don't own any sculptures. I don't like them. They creep me out. Rothko's my man.
He is a Rothko, just as valuable.
It isn't even signed.
There's an echo in the room. That's what Lucy says. But look, you go to anyone, even remotely connected to the art world, and they'll know it's worth instantly. 56.
Exactly how strapped are you?
Not so much, really not so much. I just need a bit of a cushion, just unexpected expenses.
Nobody's sick, I hope.
No, it's the dog, the trainer, the walker, the shrew. The dog's loco, but what can you do? Lucy loves this dog.
Right. Anything else going on with you?
Was this attempted insight?
It is. What's going on?
I'm regular. I'm running as fast as I can. I'm enjoying the fall weather. Okay?
The nose knows. I'm detecting something.
Well, perhaps eventually we'll all come out. For now, everything is copacetic. Can we make this deal?
45.
57.
54.
Split the difference?
Tell me that I'm getting something extraordinary for under 100 grand.
Orlow, for Christ's sake, you will never look back.
Sold to the cheap bastard.
Go to the cheap bastard.
When was he going to tell me? Probably never. The sculpture just would have been gone and the money would have been in its place. And the next morning, Tristan was on a shoot and I took matters into my own hands. Solange agreed to see me. I was terrified.
It's not finished.
No.
So you saw that. It's astute of you.
Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love it.
And yet you bring it back. It is now in my home where my things are kept. I could think it's mine again.
Oh, please don't think that. The sculpture means the world to me.
Would you like a glass of clam juice? It's great for the ovaries. Well, maybe that's not important to you.
There's no answer to that.
No?
No. It's too complicated.
Poor Lucy. Poor unfulfilled Lucy.
Please don't feel sorry for me. I'm coping. Maybe that's why your sculpture means so much to me. It suggests such youth and vitality.
You are not withered yet.
No.
I can see that your needs are still strong.
Yes, I'm here because I need you to sign the sculpture.
Oh, you're kidding.
I am.
This sculpture is not yours.
Yes, it is. What is Tristan's is mine.
Not where I'm concerned. No. I gave him a gift. I did not give you anything. You have stolen his gift.
Solange, I'm feeling faint. I feel like I'm going to faint.
Why, you are not pregnant anymore. Are you okay now?
Yes. I'm fine now.
Would you like to sit down?
No, not anymore.
Yeah,
I think I'd like to go.
good.
I'm going to take the sculpture. I mean, if you think I stole it once, I'm stealing it again.
You know, I like you better now. You are fierce now.
I'm just tired now, Solange, and I want to go.
You will. But I'm going to give you something first.
No, please, no clam juice. I really will throw it up on your hard, unforgiving floor.
I will sign your sculpture.
You will?
Yes.
And you called it mine.
For now. You have won. For now.
What made you change your mind?
You have lost so much. Your child, your husband. So now I send you home with a piece of signed marble.
Wait a minute, I haven't lost Tristan.
Poor Lucy.
No, really, can you get physically sick from the words of another person? I mean, if someone says you're ugly, can you come down with the flu?
Psychosomatic reaction can be powerful. You know that.
Could someone die from being hated?
5? That's a 5-year-old's question.
I suppose she reduces me to nothing. I feel erased in her presence. It's like I'm at my own murder scene. Was she this lethal when you were a kid?
Lethal, no. Willful, yes. Strange, mercurial, willful, compelling. Always the artist, and then whatever was left. Not now. Okay, when you're feeling better.
Make me feel better.
Soon.
No.
I have a headache.
You do not.
Ooh, the situation is too intense.
But now it's better because we have the thing signed. Now, if we need to sell, we can sell the top price, at market value.
You need to sell.
Okay, but now we can.
God, you think you really did something heroic, don't you?
Well, at considerable risk, I got the price way up. Yes, I think it was perilous mission accomplished. At one point, I thought she was going to be an Indian giver and confiscate it.
Term Indian giver is politically incorrect.
No, it's not. It's like folklore. You always do this. You always go off point.
Mixed meds.
Don't blame the meds. This is between us. What did I do wrong? I turned dross into gold. I made us a fortune.
Settled.
Oh my God, Tristan, you know what? I think you're blaming me for the other, and it's coming out this way. You blame me for your own emotional deficits and your inability to keep it together. No, you watch it. You watch it. I am not going to lose maternity and stability. I got the sculpture signed so that we can heal. Now we sell it and recover. We'll find a collector who really knows what's what. We'll get our price and things will fall into place again.
He fell off the wall loose.
Who?
Humpty. Me. We can't put anything together again. I sold the sculpture.
No, it's right here. I've been walking around town with it.
Illusion.
It's right here. It's yours and mine. The dog loves it. We own it.
I sold it to Newfield.
To Newfield?
You heard me. We need the dough loose.
Do you have it?
Down payment.
Well, then life is still simple. He doesn't have the sculpture. We can return the portion of money and then there's no more deal.
I've already spent it.
Well, you are a busy bee, aren't you? Tell me, how much did you settle on?
52. He gave me 15, which I spent on the new audio designs, which were already rendered and for which I had been behind on several payments. Okay, now give me your list of upgrades. That is, if you know where to start.
I don't know where to start.
Why not start with your sense of betrayal?
No, we'll get there. But right now I want to say this. I will take from my own tiny, weeny little savings, the 15, and I will repay the down payment to Newfield, and I will reclaim what is rightfully ours.
You won't. I'm afraid you can't.
Watch me.
Prevent you. I've already made the deal with Newfield. He has my word.
But no contract.
Has my word of honor.
Are you the last Knights of the Round Table? You don't have anything signed. All you have to do is break your word. He'll understand. He's your best friend.
Exactly.
And who am I? Who am I, Tristan?
We're in this together.
We couldn't be further apart right now.
Oh, I think we could.
The sun is such an insult when you're beside yourself. Some people think it's not. Some people can look at a gorgeous day and feel better. What idiots. Or non-New Yorkers. I guess you relate to Curly when you're brought up in Oklahoma. I relate to Holden Caulfield and Madame Bovary. Well. If only I'd known. When I went to see Newfield, I truly thought I could save the day.
Lafitte?
Oh, don't tell me the date. It would bowl me over too much. I really...
It's a good one, Lucy. You're allowed to take a sip. Washes down the venom.
I'm trying to come in peace, Newfield, and it's nice of you to see me. It's just that if I have very good wine, I weaken. I want you to understand why I'm here.
You want to thank me, and it's hard for you.
Well, I'm not thanking you yet. There are conditions.
Lucy, I gather I'm helping you out of what seems to be a very tough spot. Now, we both know and love Tristan the private, Tristan the silent, but you know he's not Tristan the stoic. I see the blood. I've always seen the blood. I saw it in prep school. I saw it in college. The guy is brilliant and wounded. What can I say? So I help when I can and when he'll let me. We made a deal. I bought a sculpture that I won't particularly like, but I'm sure it'll warm up as soon as the value increases. And that's that. I'm sorry about your reproductive loss, and I'm sorry about the state of your finances. And I'm doing what I consider to be my part. What you bought.
What you bought is not what you're getting. You're supposed to say, huh, now?
I don't ever say that. I'm not wasting the wine. So get to the point.
Tristan will deliver you a piece of sculpture that is now signed and therefore worth more than double the value that you've agreed to pay.
I'd say maybe triple.
Maybe.
So what do you want me to do?
Well, I'd like you to get an appraisal, and then I'd like you to pay what it's worth. Or I will pay back your down payment and be able to keep the sculpture.
Well, plucky little girl. You went to Solange Orlow and you got that sucker signed.
Yes, I did.
And you thought that I would either cave and you'd have a better chance of selling it for what you think it's worth, or I would come way up in price.
That's about right.
Oh, baby, you made quite a blooper here. See, this is the way it could have gone. You come in here all distraught and bristling as you are, but you tell me that you'll repay me somehow for the down payment. Then you've got me on your side. See?
So you were told information too soon and now your heart is hard? You're saying that this is about semantics and grammar? Like I ended a sentence with a preposition?
No, it's more about smarts. You played me wrong.
It's not about you, Newfield.
You could have fooled me. You're here for a favor. That makes me one of the lead characters.
God, you are an insufferable person.
In your book. Speaking of which, how is your writing career? Tristan tells me you're between books.
Yes, it's somewhat like being between wives, except not quite as lonely. We've never liked each other and never will. But I'm asking you not to accept the sculpture when Tristan brings it over.
You're begging me.
I'm...
Come on, out with it. You gotta say it. I am begging you, Newfield.
I can't tolerate saying that.
But you are, aren't you? Now you know, pause up.
No.
For Tristan, on his behalf. You'd better. How could you live with yourself? You know, I've learned the difference between need and want. Need allows you to beg. Now, before you throw something at me, consider this. Is being a little subservient worth $50,000 a word?
What?
Big-eyed Lucy. You don't want to, but you read me. It amounts to $50,000 increase whether I let you keep the sculpture or I raise my purchase price.
You are...
Don't tell me what I am. Tell me what you're going to do.
I am...
You are, come on, come to Papa. Shh. No. Pause up. Think of your husband.
begging you.
Right. Sit. Now, take a sip of your wine. Hmm.
I'm...
You are fine.
Well, no. No. Can I take your coat?
I won't stay.
A cup of tea?
What kind?
I think mint.
I don't like that.
Coffee?
I think it's very, very, very strong. You don't feel like making it, do you?
Not really. I'm sorry. It's just...
You feel like shit.
I feel like triple shit. Please take off your mittens and those.
You are fine. You are strong. It is nothing. it passes.
It is not nothing.
It is now. He is gone. There is nothing left but you.
Are you trying to comfort me? Is this a condolence call?
Always questions, Lucy. I came here to look at you.
And
Oh, you are not fat.
Solange, with all due respect, I can't do riddles right now. What do you mean I'm not fat? Does that mean you think I'm thin? I'm too thin? I mean, I think I'm not eating hardly, if that's what you mean, but it's pretty evident. I'm not sure that's what you mean at all. In fact, the way you put things, it probably means that's too bad I'm not fat, because that would mean I've got layers to protect me, right?
When I was a child, I was very angry at my mother when she cheated on my father with my tutor. I never forgave her.
Well, then you know. You were betrayed, you know.
I lay down forever.
But you worked hard.
I work from my grave.
Oh my God. I am so sad.
Oh, that's enough now.
But you just said to do it. You said you still do it.
I didn't speak about the fury. Endless, boring, endless fury. I cry when I work, and then I am stoned.
I'm not stoned, Solange. I'm not angry.
Poor Lucy.
Poor Solange. I could make you a very, very, very strong coffee now. Would you like that?
Suit yourself.
Come in. Sit down. I'll make it. I have lemon cake. So what happened to the tutor? Was he fired?
I killed him.
My agent suggested some relief here, that the reader would welcome it, that a hopeful wrapping up was the way to go. We lost Tristan anyway. We did. It wasn't about the stupid sculpture. That was just one in a lifetime of slings and arrows. Some people simply can't tolerate adversity. Their immune system never kicks in. Some people are too fragile to enjoy a sunny day. And when those people are together, it's two lovers or two loved ones for sure. Neither can get out from the other, from under the other. Neither can get out of each other's way. So, back to the hopeful wrap up. 2 years later.
The food is delicious, Lucy.
Oh, I'm so glad you like it. I tried all kinds of new things this time. I gather your exposition went well?
Oh, yes.
Good. I thought of you there.
I know that. You saw me grinning from ear to ear like a jack-o'-lantern.
Yes. Oh my God, I did just like that. Kind of like crazily lit up from within.
I know you see my light instead of my tunnel.
I do. Are you?
A witch?
No. Prescient.
I don't know that word.
Meaning that you can see things that aren't visible?
Well, of course. I am an artist. Nothing is easy, everything is cloudy, but there are shapes.
So your work sometimes is like a warning.
Perhaps I have no idea. Do you have something sweet?
Oh, yes. I have 3 desserts. Deep dish apple pie, pecan pie, and profiterole.
Is your chocolate sauce warm?
Yes.
Oh, I like it very, very warm. I like it hot.
Sure. Just a second. Let me tell him. Newfield! Solange would like her profiterole with an extra hot chocolate sauce. Thank you. He'll get it.
Are you sleeping together?
No, we're just war buddies, I suppose. We don't really like each other that much.
What do you do with your time, Lucy?
I fill it with tiny tasks.
Why aren't you writing?
I'm waiting
For what?
to feel better.
You will when you start to write again.
Umbrella steps.
What is that?
Accelerating twirls before giant steps. A game small children used to play.
And what will you write, Lucy?
Probably about you.
Whoa. I am worthy, I am sure. I brought you something, Lucy. It is in the hall. Don't let the dog pee on it. It is signed.
So now I have my own signed Orlow. I own my co-op free and clear, have ample savings account, and even play with some stock. I have a new dog who keeps company under the bed with my old dog, and I'm thinking about getting a summer cottage somewhere. I finished the book about the sadness, but that doesn't mean it goes away. My royalty payments suggest that it's doing quite well. All evidence is that suicide is on the rise and is a hot topic, so I'm trending, I guess. I have a meal every once in a while with Newfield and Solange. Thanksgiving is on the calendar next week. Can't wait. I don't know. She said 5 and she buzzed us in.
I smell nothing.
Well, turkey smells can be subtle. Actually, I do smell something, but it's more of an odor than a yummy smell.
I should have gotten wrecked.
And left me to face this alone?
Why do you always include me?
Because I need you to bear witness.
To what?
This is symbolic of our bounty.
Oh, okay. Well, hello, Solange. It's good to see you.
You look anemic. Along the field. Yes, well, you probably need to drink. I have some wine.
Ah, the grape, the great escape.
Lovely. Where are the glasses?
Broken. I have tooth glasses in the bathroom. I have 2, so we can share.
Lovely.
Lucy needs meat.
Right. Maybe. But I'm not living with her. I'm not her person.
This means nothing. You mean nothing. You say things that are protective and empty. You care for her, don't you?
Yes. Yes, I think I do. I know, however, that she never touches meat.
So give her other substance and drop the attempt at being literal. It is beneath you.
I washed them and grabbed this bottle. This is what you meant, isn't it? It's open.
Yes, I think it is still all right.
Solange, I'm hungry.
You see,
I'm just wondering if there's food, Thanksgiving tradition.
you are my guest, so I will feed you.
We could make a break for it. We were only related by marriage. Just because she's famous doesn't mean she's nurturing. Who knows what we're going to be served?
When I got the wine, I smelled something very strange in the kitchen.
Come on, let's split. I'll buy us a lobster.
Not on Thanksgiving. And besides, she's been good to me in her way.
You always give people the benefit of the doubt, except for me.
Oh, come on, Newfield. You're not that special.
I am. I want the benefit of the doubt. I'm here, I don't go away. I mean, maybe that's the problem.
Maybe it is. I'm now feeling intensely awkward.
I think we should split, have a lot to drink, and act irreverent. I think we should put turkey and tradition on hold.
We don't have to leave to do that. This could be a significant adventure, and I think we should share it.
You mean undergo it?
No, I don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, what could happen?
She could put us in the oven at 450. Why are you curious, Lucy, about anything anymore?
I guess I'm not old enough to want to be safe.
Can you describe the smell?
Well, no, I can't. I can't. We just have to wait and see. The way I figure it is we're kind of stuck. That's all we can do, Newfield. That's all we can do. Just wait and see.